You told me about this. I did not know about this. About Elon Musk, and there's this rocket scientist, this legendary rocket scientist
I still don't know
who
why
wrote
the
a book.
controversy
Is
over
that right?
But
Werner von Braun, who was a Nazi in Nazi Germany, who literally hung the five slowest Jews in front of his rocket factory in Berlin every day to incite them to to work harder. But because he was one of the scientists, that one of Hitler's top scientists over there, and shouldn't say his name. So this video is going to be I'm shadow banned heavily now because I said that. But that aside, he was one of the top scientists over in Germany. He was, and when Nazi Germany fell, we brought over thousands of Nazi scientists was called Operation Paperclip, and we put Werner von Braun at the head of NASA, who was the guy that supposedly got us to the moon. So yeah, we can go a little more into that. Like we talked about it a little last time I had you on, but we can go a little more into on your show. But here's what I'm trying to say is though, in 1952, he wrote a book about the first man going to Mars, and in the book, the name of the guy who went to Mars, the very first guy, his name was Elon. That is just you tell me that's just a huge coincidence right there. A huge coincidence.
What are the chances of that? Like, seriously, here's the book. Someone on Twitter took a picture of it, and the book, it's clearly there. Yeah. If you believe this, I haven't seen anybody. Oh, Elon did reply saying, "Are we sure this is real?"
It is real, though. He was doing it as a joke.
That is crazy. So the guy was it 52 or when did this happen?
52.
So this guy in 52 was writing a fiction book. Is that correct?
Supposedly fiction. Supposedly.
A fiction book about the first man to walk on Mars, and the dude's name is Elon. Of all the names they could possibly choose, the dude's name is Elon. Crazy. Yeah. Now I don't think Elon Musk is going to be literally the first person to walk on Mars, but it is funny because he's the one. I think robots, maybe he will be. Who knows? But there'll probably be some scientists on that first.
Well, probably won't wait to do. They'll probably wait to do the first mission to Mars when the CGI gets good enough. So. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, Ray, did you see Alex Stein on Tim Pool? I don't know if you got to see it.
I don't recall watching that video.
Okay, they were going at it
I think the moon landing. I think I've seen that. I think I've seen that clip though. I haven't seen the whole video. I just saw the clip.
Yeah, well, you probably got the gist of it. They were going back and forth. So Ray Studios with a little bit of shade in there, and he and I agree on this. Yeah. But Ray, so your thought is, have we ever been to the moon before, Ray? What do you think? We're just our opinion, no facts. You go talk to whoever you need to talk to, whatever YouTube needs to hear. What's your opinion, Ray?
It's the biggest bunch of bullcrap I have ever heard. We never went to the moon ever. They always go back. Oh, we have the footage of it. That footage looks like it was shot in a studio. Here's the thing though. There shouldn't even be any footage of it because if you didn't know this, how the hell are they going to get? How they going to get footage through the Van Allen radiation belts? Because it would fuck up their their film. That literally at the airports that you couldn't go through the metal. Was it the metal detectors or no the X-ray machines? My mistake. They wouldn't let you go through the X-ray machines with your film because it would fuck up your film. So how are they getting these perfectly good images from the moon? Literally, that makes no sense whatsoever. And then in the footage, you see a lot of them looks like they're being yanked up by wires or jumping up on trampolines or all that. It's not.
I did a little bit of a Twitter thread on this, and people probably disagree or whatever. But I do not. This is just my opinion. I'm not any scientist or anything like that. You have to convince me. I'm not convinced. I do not believe anyone has been on the moon. I believe SpaceX can get us there, but we got to think about this.
No, I don't even think that's possible. No.
Yeah, and so that's a fair question, but I don't think we've been there. Now, the original tapes of the moon landing were destroyed.
No, they recorded over.
Well, yeah, they recorded over the. Like seriously, the most, and this was common practice back then. They had rolls of film. This is 69 and beyond. They had literally film, and there was common practice to tape over it. Could you imagine recording the biggest that is the biggest, if we went to the moon, it is the biggest accomplished in engineering science ever, right?
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
And they taped over the original recordings. No, that's not good. There's a lot. That's not the only problem I have with it, but just to have the receipts, the lost tapes as they came to be referred to by the press, they first came to the public's attention in 2006 when a group wanted to go back and do the research on it. We went back and looked, and then they strongly suggest that the tapes were degaussed so that they could be reused to record telemetry from later missions, which would not be unusual for that day. It might not be unusual for them to do that. For that one, no.
And also, they lost the telemetry data as well. They lost it.
All the stuff that you would be able to go back and say, oh, when they did this on TV, this is where they were. All that kind of stuff is gone. No one can verify any of that. So I don't know for sure. Joe Rogan talks about this a lot. He used to go real deep in this, but I'm kind of where Joe is. Joe's like, I don't know. You just haven't convinced me. That's his take right now. And I'll say name another thing that America has accomplished. No other country has even attempted.
Yep.
America has not even come close to attempting again. Now, somebody did reply with a good one. I don't know where it is, but someone said the dropping the atomic bomb. Okay. Other than that type of thing, what else have you seen?
Nothing else really. Nothing else comes close to that.
Yeah. So Alex Stein was struggling with Tim to discuss the radiation concerns. You're talking about the Van Allen belts. Yeah. Radiation in general is one of the biggest issues. So not only did they say we went to the moon once, is it 6 times? I believe it's 6 times. Yes. I believe it's 6 out of 7 times they said we went to the moon between 1969 and 1972. Are you crazy?
And all of them were under the Nixon administration.
All of them under Nixon.
The most deceptive president of them all. So,
it's I don't know why I'm so hype about it, but to me, it's ridiculous. It's not even something I would entertain.
I sent you like a thing in the private chat. You got bring that up because that is interesting. Because literally Joe Rogan posted this on his old YouTube channel about astronauts on wires and stuff like that.
Yep. There's so much. I did a little thread on it. There's more questions than just this. So let's watch this video here.
Astronauts moving in slow motion is another hallmark of the Apollo TV footage. There is no evidence at all of any astronaut making a leap or a jump anywhere near a height commensurate with 1/6G possibilities. But if they were actually simulating EVAs on Earth, they would then need help with their bulky heavyweight suits and backpacks in order to achieve the visual effect of moving around easily in lunar gravity. So enter wire supports. This is a tried and tested way of relieving weight from performers or even flying an actor. Here is a sequence from one of our own productions.
Excuse me, will I need a car?
Relax, Chris. We're only making a short journey back to 1969, to the beginning of humans.
Of course, confirmation that wires were used is in the detail. Here in this Apollo 14 footage, you can see a ping, a momentary glint. And again, run slowly. And once more. There are other examples too. This one is from Apollo 17 during the flag scene. You can see the ping at the top of the frame.
Yep, right there, I see it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Is this the best attempt they
Apollo
had?
16, we have telltale evidence of a slightly floating or dangling effect at the jump salute location. It's It's as if the weight is being taken off the astronauts' feet just a second or so too soon. Compare that sequence with an obvious rehearsal week. The dangling effect is very evident. And here again, from the same mission, Apollo 16,
you're going to want to watch this one.
we have
Pay
an
attention to
astronaut
this
who is
one.
about to
Close
get up.
attention to this one.
Right here. Okay, here we go.
Let me give you a hand, he says.
Look! You see? A wire just yanked him up right there.
I can't. But
Look at it again.
See,
The
look!
astronaut is getting up with the wire taking the weight,
Yeah!
relieving him of 5/6 of the Earth's gravity. A magic trick? No. Just the help of a wireman.
Yeah!
This is a slow motion jump that would have been seen live on TV. And here it is at normal speed.
Yeah.
The well-rehearsed, pre-recorded material was apparently slowed down by 50% when we saw it on TV. And yes, we've done the necessary work to establish that percentage.
now I'll say I can't confirm or deny anything that they said there. I just want to say I'm not convinced. Go right.
Here's the funny thing about it. When they actually broadcast the footage that everyone was seeing on TV, that wasn't actually seeing the footage directly from the moon.
Yep.
They were actually filming a screen of the footage and was
Yep.
broadcasting all over the networks. So
Yep.
literally, that just shows me that is probably extremely deceptive right there. But yeah,
Yeah, there's literally like 50 solid, maybe even more,
Yeah.
50 solid questions I have not seen answered in
And-
regards to that.
and then plus you got the post conference afterwards, and like the press conference afterwards, and like you just went to the moon and like you look like you look super depressed. It looks super deceptive. It looked like they didn't even want to be there. So
The press conferences.
yeah,
There's
press conference.
if you want a rabbit hole to go down, and I believe that clip because I watched that movie. I've probably watched it 3 to 5 times. I believe that's What Happened on the Moon. I think that's a clip from that documentary called What Happened on the Moon or something like that. It is
Yeah.
unbelievable to watch.
Yeah. And then you got Neil Armstrong's cryptic speech that he gave 25 years after the mission. I'll send it to you in the private chat right here. This is interesting stuff right here. Like literally, it's disturbing when you look at it. So
Yep, there's so much. So let's
Yeah.
listen. Yes, thank you. You got it, man. Ray's on top of it. This is the first thing.
yeah.
So when I started going down the rabbit hole,
Return.
this is the first thing I saw.
On the
This is the first thing I saw when I started going down the rabbit hole.
Yep.
And I didn't. So this by itself did not convince me. Just like the Luke video, I'm like, I got to see more, but it made me want to see more. And then I went down the rabbit hole, and I'm like, I'm not convinced. Let's take a look.
return. On the 25th anniversary of the event in 1994,
What?
Neil Armstrong
Oh,
made a
no.
rare public appearance.
Is that it?
Oh, no, it's not on the. It's that, but you're not putting it on there for everyone.
My bad. I always forget. My bad.
Everyone, yeah, I want everyone to make sure everyone can see it.
Yeah,
Too.
let me bring it up. Okay.
Right
So
here.
yeah. You need the
Rewind it.
visual. You need
Rewind
the
it.
visual on this. Yeah.
And like, pay attention to his face
On the
when he's talking
25th
about.
anniversary of the event in 1994, Neil Armstrong made a rare public appearance and held back tears as he spoke these brief cryptic remarks before the next generation of taxpayers as they toured the White House.
Today we have with us a group of students among America's best. To you we say, we have only completed a beginning. We leave you much that is undone. There are great ideas undiscovered, breakthroughs available to those who can remove one of truth's protective layers.
He is
So somebody in the chat, let me address this. Again, I'm no expert, just talking about it. But the Angry Canuck, what's
60
good?
minutes. Rewind.
Got my autoplay on. The Angry Canuck says, I believe we went because of the International Space Station. No,
That proves that space exists. It proves
yes,
that.
and I believe in the ISS. But to get beyond, so what we're saying is, it is extremely different from going around orbit where the ISS is now, traveling 27,000 miles per hour to break the gravity of Earth's orbit, make it through the Van Allen radiation belts, and then get over to the moon. And then they had to do they had a procedure where the capsule had to leave and then turn around and reconnect. I mean, the chances of doing that 6 out of 7 or 9 times, whatever, is so low. It's not even something worth debating to me.
And plus, every moon mission we went since the last one, well, not the mission. I'm talking about missions that we went in space ever since the last Apollo mission. Every mission has been within 400 miles of Earth's surface.
Yep, that's a whole. I think we can do that.
Yeah.
We can't. I don't think we can break out. We'll see how that test goes with SpaceX. Let's go to SpaceX for a second. You don't believe SpaceX will be able to do it?
No.
Yeah. Is that so? Why do you say that?
I just don't buy it, because literally, we couldn't do it back then with the technology that we had then. And the technology is super advanced, but I still don't buy that we can. It just doesn't make any sense. It's why can't they just go right now then? Literally, why? If they can do it, go right now. Why? Makes no sense.
Yeah, I got you. I got